And a very good day to all sports fans. This is Emdad, the Wandering Londoner, and I'm here once again back with the Sports Show, your favourite event on TV. And what we're going to talk about today is grassroots football. So at the end of this week, we have a special tournament. You know, the ethos that I have always professed to follow, not only that as well, but also encourage, is sports in the community. And I've always enjoyed digging out those rough diamonds from within our communities. I have interviewed some household names throughout my 20 to 30 year career involved in media at different levels as well. But what gets me most excited is actually focusing on community sports, simply because I am a son of this community as well, but also the fact that we have so much talent and so much going on and so many contributions on a daily, weekly, monthly and annual basis. And I hope, and I do receive a lot of feedback from our viewers here as well, that they particularly enjoy our grassroots sports programs. So without wasting any time, today what I'm going to talk about is a special football tournament that is due to launch for its third year at the end of this week. And that is the United Beanibazar Union Cup. So Beanibazar in Sylhet, Bangladesh, a prominent part of Sylhet in Bangladesh, has 12 unions. Just like other tanas from within Sylhet, we also have an annual cup. And like I just mentioned, this is our third edition coming back. So third time lucky, or unlucky as we would like to call it. We've decided that what we would like to do is, because of the progress of the tournament and how it's bringing the community together and how it's gaining attention on a local level, but then also a national level, but then, dare I say, also on a global level with the power of social media and the contributions of everybody involved. And when I say everybody involved, that's the players, coaches, sponsors, supporters, our grannies, everybody involved. This is now going on to the next level. So on Sunday, we have the United Beanibazar Union Cup, which will take place with teams participating, two groups, with teams progressing onto the knockout stages. We'll talk all about that during our shows. I have three guests here with me in the studio and we'll introduce them as we go along. So I've got at the far end here, Shouaib. Thanks very much for coming onto the sports show. And you're one of the young management community members, but you're also an integral part of our team, my team, Beanibazar. If the viewers are watching, I've decided to use this show today here to actually model. My team, actually, what they did was they decided that who would be the most glamorous, charismatic model from within the team, and I won hands down. I don't know why. Was it the players trying to initiate something? Was it the players just trying to curry favour with me? But whatever happens, I won the vote. And they said I was the most glamorous and the most charismatic, so here I am with the shirt in the studio. Shouaib, can you tell us a little bit about United Beanibazar, UBB?
Yeah, so it started off with a charity organisation and we've introduced the Union Cup. This is our third year that we'll be proceeding on. It's become bigger and better every year and we just want it to improve year on year. We've got two groups, 10 unions playing, who will be taking part on Sunday the 21st, and we would like to invite everyone, friends, families, the whole community, not just within Beanibazar but within the whole of Sylhet and Bangladesh, to attend this amazing tournament which will be held at Robert Clark in Dagenham.
So next to you we've got our celebrated Helal Uddin. Okay, so I mean, just a little bit of background for the benefit of the viewers here. So I recently had the pleasure of managing you in the Intercity Bangla Cup for a full 9 months, and you were the highest scoring fullback. In fact, he nearly took the golden boot, you know, with his magic boots on the pitch as well. So I needed to mention that this is a sports show, and we celebrate everybody on the sports show. This is why we bring people like ourselves, people from within the community to come in and so on. But it's also a platform for us to talk about our achievements. I've always had this ethos to say that nobody else is going to create our headlines for us. If it's something negative, no introductions needed. That will always make the headlines. But when it comes to something positive, unfortunately, not everybody is chasing after us or digging in for these stories as well, these good stories. So we have to celebrate. And then, like I said as well, you almost won the Golden Boot during the, and you know, you were the highest scoring fullback or defender for a defender to score that many goals. And again, you've been involved in football for many, many years. You're on the management of United Beanibazar, UBB, but you're also an integral part of Mathura, who are amongst our favourites here as well. So can you give us your thoughts about the tournament over the last 3 years? You've been involved right from the beginning and this year as well.
Well, United Beanibazar is a charity organisation. They do a great work of helping the needy. This year they've decided to give all the donations to a kidney patients to help poor and needy for the treatment. So it's been running for 6-7 years, but the actual tournament we decided to 3 years running, third year now, and it is a fantastic tournament. I'll go further and say this is beyond grassroots. If you ask me, Village Cup we do everywhere, which is a grassroots football. From Village Cup, this is the next step, because you will choose your best players from your village to come and represent your union. So this becomes the next step of the football for our community. And it's a great opportunity for all the youngsters that come through. And we've seen some fantastic talent. Youngsters coming through is joy for the Beanibazar. And going into the next level to like Upazila Cup Open Age. We see, which will be a Champions League for them, if you know what I mean. So this is a great stepping stone for them. And we are hoping to get a massive turnout this year. Families turning up, 150 odd players and management. So it will be a great tournament.
Our very own Abul Hussain, he's part of the furniture and like a family member as well. First and foremost, on behalf of the panel, huge congratulations on winning the Greater Sylhet Upazila Cup. So a round of applause for Abul as well. And Abul and the double as well. But we'll come on to that a little bit later as well. Abul was also named man of the tournament as well. Very, very impressive. This show cannot be complete without talking about this, but we'll come on to that later. The hat you got here is you are representing Tilpara, who are the holders of the tournament. Can you talk about your experiences from last year?
I think this is the third year of the tournament, like the panel has mentioned. In terms of the first 2 years, it's been exceptional. It's a great experience for a lot of players, especially previously haven't taken part in those Union Cups or representing their areas. So in terms of it's given a good platform for younger players to play with the older players. So that was the first time opportunity for both age groups to play together. So that was great for a lot of players who represent Beanibazar and the Union. Also, once again, any Union Cup, any Village Cups, what it does, it brings families together, it brings relationships together, and players get to know their own roots. I think that was the most important thing, knowing where Tilpara is, where Mathura is, where Kurabazar is. So those education is very, very good for our community and for Beanibazar itself.
Shouaib, we had an interesting discussion before about how football has connected us to our grassroots and how people, even people like ourselves, who were born and brought up in the UK, majority of our lives, the vast 99% of our lives that we spent here in England, in London. But through football now, we are connecting with our grassroots, our heritage. How important is that?
It's totally important. I mean, we are a different generation, as we were explaining before with yourself. When we would go to play football with our friends or family, far distant family members would ask them, where are you from, in terms of which area in London are you from? Now we're asking them, what village are you from? We have that association. The Village Cup, the Union Cup and the Upazila Cup has brought that among ourselves to ask these sort of questions, and we're finding out our roots. These are things that make us connect with our families, connect with Bangladesh, and it's a great thing for our future, for the younger generation. You'll hear our kids listening to this and them asking their friends where they're from as well. So it's doing wonders, and I think it's building a community really, really beneficial to our youth.
Helal, you mentioned a very important point during your earlier comment about the charity aspect of what UBB are trying to achieve here as well. And we understand that kidney patients are being supported back home. One of the big issues that we have in a country like Bangladesh, not just Beanibazar, but a country like Bangladesh in general, is access to medical facilities, to treatment, to medication. And the most important factor here is money. So from what I can see, out of the big tournaments like this that are taking place, not everybody, there's been some element of charity involved, but not on this level in terms of what UBB are trying to do. I've even heard plans that, you know what, if the charity, at the moment we'll be supporting families. So all our contributions on Sunday, our financial contributions will go towards supporting kidney patients with medication costs, dialysis, and all that. Are there bigger plans if financially you are successful?
We do have bigger plans. But firstly, before I go there, I have to thank all the sponsors that donated, because without them, just the tournament fee is not good enough. So they've generously donated a lot of money, the sponsors. I have to thank you as well for donating the extra money that you have given. So may Allah give you reward, everyone that is involved in this. So yes, we do have our, we can see light end of the tunnel. So our bigger picture is we might, we wanted to open a dialysis center for easy access for people instead of going to Sylhet and Dhaka and all that within Beanibazar. But obviously finance, there's a lot of work need to be done behind this. And it's not going to happen overnight. So a lot of finance is needed to open that center, whether it's doctors, dialysis machine, the center. So there is a plan for that. But at the moment, we're focusing on what the budget is and what we can help immediately to the people. So that is the short term, but that other one is a long term goal.
Abu, as somebody who's running a prominent institution within our community, should we be putting ourselves forward to go and support causes like this? Because there are a lot of people from amongst our own circles who can actually contribute towards helping. What I'm trying to say is that this is a family thing. So should we be putting ourselves forward to support this fantastic initiative?
100%. There's a lot of good activities happening, good initiatives happening. Lots of brothers and sisters are doing it across the country from Beanibazar and other parts of Bangladesh. But events like this doesn't come down very often in terms of, there's a say, together we are stronger. And this is what it is in terms of, so any brothers, sisters, mothers, aunties, want to get involved, do get involved. It's for a good cause. And along the way, we use sports as a vehicle to bring communities together as well.
On that, just quickly, on the day, we will have a charity food stall. So for the audience, if they want to, eat while they get a reward, spend and get a reward, on that they will have a charity food stall for them to come around it.
So since you mentioned it, because a lot of people will be watching this, Helal Bhai, should people bring cash?
They should bring cash. They do take a card. I'm not 100% sure.
Okay, but just
these days everyone have on their phone. They do. So just in case, bring cash with you. That'd be ideal.
Great. Now going back to the tournaments, Shouaib, can you talk us through the format for Sunday?
Yes, so we've got 10 teams that are participating within two groups. So we've got Group A and Group B. The winners from each group will go directly to the final, and then the runner-up and the third place team will play a playoff. So all the incentive is on the team to top their group. They have a direct route to the final, direct route to the semi-final, and then we'll have the final. So it'll be a one-day event, all the way from the group stage going to the final.
Helal Bhai, this is a crucial question. What is the role of a volunteer and volunteers? How crucial are they to delivering these kind of tournaments?
These tournaments, volunteers are very crucial. They're basically backbone of the structure. Without volunteers, you can't do much yourself, to be honest. They're very crucial, and we have volunteers, alhamdulillah, who will help us on that day. They're ready to, go. So we have volunteers ready. They'll be helping us with the match card, talking to the referees, and overseeing stuff. Obviously, we're there as well, but those volunteers will help us a lot. Any organization needs volunteers.
On this note, so what Helal said there as well, it should be mentioned, because we are a community sports channel, just a reminder for everybody, including myself. The reminder comes for me first and foremost. So please forgive me if I sound like I'm being patronizing, but a request to all teams who are participating on Sunday, just on the back of what Helal has just mentioned here, please bear in mind that this tournament has been organized from beginning to end, from top to bottom, by volunteers, people who are extremely selfless, who have made many, many sacrifices, and who are giving up a lot of their time, effort, and even finances in many cases to enable this to become a reality for us all to enjoy as a union together, as unions together. The least we should be doing is we should ensure our conduct is exemplary on the day. And again, a piece of advice to management teams especially, it comes from top down. So management teams and coaches, if you yourselves ensure that the conduct of you do not have, it's a myth to suggest that nice guys never win. That's a complete myth as well. In fact, we know that we've seen several tournaments in and around our community where bad behavior, for example, has cost a lot of people, a lot of teams going forward as well. So just a sincere request to everybody, please ensure that your players, your officials, your supporters are behaving well. They respect the officials and the volunteers at all times, bearing in mind that the efforts that they've put, they're going to be under a lot of pressure on Sunday. And what we don't want to do is add to that. Abul.
So, Emdad, I just wanted to ask, I think it's important for the organisers to take strict actions. We've taken part in previous competition where managers and organisers are bringing players from outside. So this is the message for all the managers. If your player is not from your union, please don't bring them. Because you don't want embarrassment a year, 2 years down the line of winning the events and you find out those players are not from there. And it has happened in our community over the last 12 months.
It has, unfortunately it has. So, you were going to say something on that?
Yeah, no, I'm very much aware who it happened to, and they were seriously, they don't turn up anymore to some of the events.
It's embarrassing, isn't it?
It's really embarrassing for them what they've done, because sometimes you think that you you think, oh, we might get away with it. We don't.
Hello, but we shouldn't forget it is a community event. Yes, that's the first and foremost, and we all know each other. Let's be honest. Maybe not the younger players, but between our generation, we tend to know who's who, and it's easy to find out what village, what union you're from.
That's right.
So let's have that respect. Let's making sure we are sticking to the rules, and make the event enjoyable.
Sure, it would be good to get your take on that as a younger committee member and a member of Beanibazar as well. Your thoughts? I mean, why would people? What is the thinking process behind people bringing in players? It's a heritage tournament who are not from.
I mean, I wouldn't have a clue why managers would go to such lengths to do something like that. I mean, not only does it look bad on the organisation, it just looks bad on you, and you won't be able to show your face in future tournaments or just in general in the Football Association. With players, I know in previous tournaments, people haven't realised what village they're from, so they have a friend from a certain village and they've wanted to just tag along and played in that village. But I think these tournaments have helped people find out what villages they're from and they are in the correct village. But the onus is on the managers to look into this, to find out exactly what village they're from, to speak to their fathers if necessary. And we're leaving that, the management team are leaving the onus onto individual managers to do their checks and make sure they are from their accredited unions.
The Union Cup, Helal Bhai, is it using football to highlight issues in our community, but also benefiting? We're going to elaborate on that a little bit later. Benefiting in terms of bringing families, relatives, and communities together.
Most definitely. When we even us, when we were youngsters, we didn't have those. We didn't know. I didn't know Abu Bhai from Adam. He played in a different league. I played in a different league. We just probably saw it in an opposition. Hi, hello, that's it. Now, this gave us an opportunity. When we go there, we see, oh, this man is from Beanibazar. How many people we have recognized now that this is from Beanibazar, or this guy is from, to be fair, myself, I'm talking about, I don't know about you guys, I didn't know a lot of people that I know now from my own village.
Yeah.
So this has bring the community together. And it gave us a lot of respect for each other when we see it on the street or what have you. So it is a massive for gain for our community, to be honest with you, and for the youngsters especially, because if we didn't know, these youngsters ain't gonna know nothing. Who's from where? But now they see you in the tournament. They see each other and they say, "No, this guy's from Beanibazar." They talk to each other. You know, they're more aware of what's going on.
Also, it enhance our community. You know, the togetherness. Even we go to weddings and they're like, "Oh, you're from Beanibazar, you're from this village," and there's a conversation. It starts a conversation. So that's really good in terms of, like Helal mentioned, in terms of it's really good for our youngsters to know their roots. That's the most important thing. We probably know where we're from and everything. A lot of youngsters don't even know what village they're from. You know, so it's a good chance for them to go and have a conversation with their parents, their guardians, and to say, to know what part of Beanibazar we're from. You know, where's Firoso, where's Matura, where's Tilpara? It's those conversations. So it's only good for our community when those things happens.
So on that point, just quickly, while Shouaib said something and Abul said something, you know, the youngsters, they don't know where they're from. So on that point, I'm trying to send a message out to the managers. Don't ask the players. Ask their parents. You do your own investigation. Don't leave it to the us committee. It's your responsibility to know where your player is from. So you do your research and don't embarrass yourself, and don't embarrass us either on the day.
Shouaib, hopefully this is a as far as I'm concerned, this is a long-standing tournament. This is going to continue to get bigger and better every single year. What message do you want people to take away from the tournament this year?
No, like I said, we just want it to grow year upon year. We'll sit down afterwards with all the managers, get feedback, take that on board and plan even better for next year. It's a family event, so we want everyone to come with their siblings, with their families. We want everyone to have a joyous day. It's not only is it a competition, and rightly so, it's a football competition, but it's also a charity event in the background. So when two things mixes, I think it builds a wonderful occasion. And it should be a wonderful day.
So United Beanibazar, the thing that really impresses me is the charity wing side of it. I think everyone here is very, very passionate about grassroots and obviously supporting people in general, especially those who are less fortunate than ourselves. So my thought process is I'm always thinking ahead, and I like to make meaningful contributions and contribute ideas into the. So because there's a charitable side involved, would you be thinking, right, okay, we're holding an annual tournament. Whether you hold more in the future is a different matter. But should this now go on to, I mean, are you progressing towards the fact that, right, we're holding an annual tournament, but our outreach work, whether it's in our community or whether it's with kidney patients or whichever cause we pick in Bangladesh, has to now become a whole rolling 12-month thing. So, for example, UBB might say, right, on the basis of the success that we've had with fundraising from this year's tournament, we are now going to implement a 12-month program where this is how we're going to support families. Start with the easy ones. We want to start with the easy ones. Individual families with dialysis, medical treatment, etc. Eventually, we want to build up to the dialysis center, a bespoke dialysis center dedicated to support these people as well. But to get there, is it something that needs to be worked on 12 months a year?
To be honest with you, our chairperson couldn't make it today, unfortunately. But he's been working for the last 7 years on this cause, and it is not one-off. It is continue rolling whole through the year. The charity organization has been helping people, so it's been there since the beginning. That was the plan, not once a year, but throughout the year to help poor and needy. But this gave us a new platform and a different level, where a lot of people will come and a lot of people will know what their money is going towards. And people are happy to come and let their sons, youngsters play while they're donating to the great cause. So we're killing two birds with one stone, basically.
So just also on that point, which Helal made, the chief exec, he also, just before Ramadan, he creates a Ramadan appeal.
Sure.
So he generates money, funds for the poor and needy who struggle to break their fast in Bangladesh, or to give presents to their sons and daughters on Eid. So we do have that ongoing on, but we are looking at other avenues as well.
Absolutely brilliant.
So the two guys that couldn't make it, it's worth mentioning their name, Nazimul Islam and Tajul Bhai.
Committee members. I had the pleasure of meeting them.
Behind the scene, they're doing fantastic work.
Yeah.
So to be honest with you, they're part of the backbone of this.
Abu, charity and football, it's like Rush and Dalglish, isn't it? Great front pairing. Yeah, it's one of the best, isn't it?
But they go hand in hand. We've been doing it for many years. You and I have been involved in lots of sporting events and charity work, from running with the torch relays to playing competition this Sunday. So I think football, using that as a vehicle alongside the charity, works because you get mass participation. So you always need an activity to attract the participants and everything else. And that works wonder. I think the brothers are doing some excellent work, and long that may continue. In terms of the only thing I'll suggest, share all the good news, let people know what's going on, especially people taking part in some of the events. So that would encourage them to get more brothers and sisters involved in the future.
Shouaib, how's the response been? So you've been running this now for 3 years. How's the general response been to the tournament, the outcomes?
Year upon year, the awareness has increased. We've managed to reach out to more and more people. More and more people have come to us saying, this is an amazing what you're doing. Long may it continue. Keep at it. Keep on doing it. And like Helal Bhai was saying earlier, everyone is giving up their own time to continue this project. And in the future, I can see us going way beyond what we're doing at the moment and hold other competitions and so forth like this.
And living ask Emdad, when a charity and a sporting event takes place in the same time, what tends to happen a lot of the time is a social sporting event. Yeah. So is this a social sporting event when there's no tackles allowed, a bit like netball, or is there a proper football laws of the game?
No, to be honest with you,
feel free to give him a demonstration.
Give you a demonstration,
a live demonstration.
Sure. Shoulder to shoulder, all that. When I've been playing, you've been playing for a long time. And to be honest with you, charity event is good. That is charity. When I'm a player, I'm on the football pitch, I'm going to play my football accordingly. The only thing we are disallowing is a slide tackle. Everything else is going to be a physical laws of the game. Yeah, laws of the game.
And you have referees in.
We've got very good referees, and they've been managing a good level of football, and even though over the Cups, so they'll be there, and they'll manage it perfectly. So
hello, but it's important. So you're saying it's important to have a qualified referee, FA qualified. They know the laws of the game, how to control the situation, control strong tackles, because it happens in the game. Some players will play strong, some players will play normal. And I think the referees are there to do that. So when you do have a good referees, that resolves some of the issues.
Yeah, a lot of the issues are resolved.
Yeah, I think both of you raised key points here. The important thing is we've got qualified referees, which is a massive bonus. Because sometimes what can happen is in community events, because of lack of resources, we have volunteers who are refereeing.
Correct.
And though we love them dearly for the contributions and them for sticking their head above the parapet as well, the quality is not there. What to look out for, how to react, how to manage conduct, misconduct, and all these things as well. So this is something which I'm glad to hear that UBP haven't compromised. I think, you know what it is, we'll spend on good qualified referees. Even then, we can't guarantee outcomes. That's how bizarre football can be sometimes as well. But when things get heated, you need good refs there, qualified refs there, people who know the game, people who know the rules of the game as well. People also experience that grassroots, people who know the players. We know that a lot of the players, they have good relationship with our referees as well. It helps. It helps because a referee can say something which would calm people down. Abu, heritage. So one of the best aspects of the Union Cup on Sunday is a generational football. So you might not like the Village Cup, you might not get sons playing with fathers in the Union Cup because it's a level up as far as I'm concerned as a coach. It's a bit more competitive and a bit more serious. But you'll get cousins playing with each other maybe uncles, So that's got to be one of the positive aspects of.
And but if you look at Beanibazar, we tend to lead on a lot of stuff.
Yes.
In terms of if you look at the pathway, I think brothers mentioned in the past as well, we're very fortunate and lucky to have a big Beanibazar community in UK and especially in London. So playing in a village cup, I don't think many other Upazalas could say that in terms of having that many teams in the village cup. Leading up to that, the pathway into Union Cup, like you mentioned in the debate. So most of the players will be selected from their villages. So if they're playing for the village team, i.e. if they're in Tilpara playing for Peter Soccer, you get selected to play for represent your union. And from there, you tend to represent your Upazala, which is natural progression, the three stages. But in terms of generation, I think there's possibility, but you tend to have the better players who perform well for their villages would end up representing their union. And union competition is tough. I'm not saying it's easy, especially if the viewers do come along. It's a very high standard of football. 7-a-side, am I right? Or 8-a-side, sorry. 8-a-side, and you get to see a good standard of football.
Please feel free to feel the 7. Yeah.
We may have to give everyone a chance.
Please feel free. Nobody will complain about if you go with 7. Nobody would. No, they will have nobody objecting.
Even if you don't say not complain.
In fact, feel free to get lost on the day.
That's probably me on the pitch. No, once again, a lot of brothers, they bring their children, and it's a good opportunity for their children to see their dads and brothers and uncles playing on the pitch. So there's generations there, but in terms of standards, tend to be quite high for Beanibazar itself. And you're talking about the best players within Beanibazar playing in this tournament.
And on that point, they are going to be like cousins playing against each other.
Yes.
And on the pitch, they're not going to be cousins. I can tell you that now.
Absolutely.
Don't talk me too hard.
Absolutely.
Sure, not going to happen.
That competitive element is something to look at for on Sunday, right?
It's key. We need that at the end of the day. This is a competition, so you need that competitive edge. Everybody wants to win. They all want to hold their hands and lift that trophy, and that's what it's about on that Sunday, the 21st. So I urge everyone to come along with their family and their friends and witness a truly historic day and a great day for all involved.
I think what Shouaib just mentioned, I think that's very important. And Helal mentioned this in earlier as well. When you're playing in a sports competition, once you go into the pitch, you don't think about anything else apart from winning. And this is what it's all mostly footballers. If I was a non-footballer, maybe I would see things differently. But if I played the game over 20 years, this is where you tend to think. The family's rivalry, you see each other afterwards. Like my family's, my mum's nanabari is from Palakun. I always put it from Angora Mouthful. But, if I see players from there, I will shake hand before and after. But on the pitch, we're there to win the game. And that's important for everyone to know. It is a competitive sports, and the competition will be tough.
That's why it will be tough.
So can you elaborate on I would just said this, because this is a key feature of our discussions here, the competitive side.
Well, to be honest,
people are experiencing, because anyway, people are thinking it's one of those tournaments where the players will have an ice cream before the game and share an ice cream after the
share it or drink before. But on the pitch, the ice cream gonna go flying.
Yeah.
Because on that pitch, any football player, it doesn't matter if you play football for a while, and if you're competitive in your head, on that pitch, Abu Bai is my opposition. I wouldn't know Abu Bai on that day. I want to take him on, or I want to put him down, or do something and score my goal.
But laws of the game.
Exactly, within the laws of the game. Or I don't want to let him go past me, whatever the cost is. That is going to happen. It is going to be very competitive. And Alhamdulillah, we got very good players across Beanibazar.
Do you think you have a chance to stop me?
The thing is, only one way to find out.
Only way to find out.
We'll ask the viewers to.
Right, going back to Abul now.
Just one more point on that. You know, the family thing we're saying. Our Asian family, Bangladeshi family, we don't support our kids, because when we played in Essex League or what have you, you see the father, the son, the granddad, they're coming to support, regardless even if he kick a ball or not. They'll come and support their child or grandchild, whatever. But in our community, I don't know why we do not come and support, our youngsters.
Hello, I agree with you, but one exception, one of Emdad's team from Angora Mouthful, the brothers who play for Angora Mouthful, they will play for Krawa. their families are there every tournament, Village Cup, local cups. And
Yes.
it's really good to see the sisters who come to support their family members, and this is the kind of involvement we want.
Yeah, that's the involvement we want. But I don't. When I said that, I don't mean totally, because even when we do our Village Cup ourselves in Mathura, we got families coming with the tent, the lady sisters coming, seeing and supporting them. So I'm not saying blanketly, but I want more involvement, just like other communities they do it. So we want it's your child, your grandchild, or whoever, come and support them. It'll be a nice day, and they'll get that support as well on and off the pitch, which is very, very, very.
Sure, it'll be interesting to get your viewpoint on that as well, because, like the two brothers have said, we've generally struggled as a community. Parents don't want to go out in the rain, in the winter, take their children. It's commitment. It's a drive out there. You get muddy. But other communities, when I was refereeing, for example, at Wanstead Flats, and I used to see the whole clan turn up, of people from other ethnic backgrounds, and they just make a whole part. Some people, even on the summer months, they used to do a little barbecue. They used to be in portable barbecues with them. They got their tea, they got their coffee, they got their portable chairs. Some people who are not even in football, they're there to support them. They've got their word search, crossword and everything. They're reading the newspaper, but they're there. Their presence is there as well. So tournaments like this are creating that atmosphere. We're still a long way off. Are we getting there? And can you see the benefits?
Yeah, I think we are heading in the right direction. One thing we have to remember is when our elder generations came into the country, they had other concerns. They had to settle in the UK, make a living, send money back home. So football wasn't their main priority for their sons. Things are changing now. The fathers these days, they're into football, and they make their sons follow footballs. They're supporting the team, their son's supporting the team as well, and they want to see their son progress. So that's why we're seeing more and more crowds picking up, more and more support. 15, 20 years ago, you probably wouldn't have seen a father coming to watch his son play. He was busy working in a restaurant or going somewhere else. Or it was the mentality of, you know what, I don't want him to play. He needs to become a doctor. He needs to become a lawyer. Things are shifted now. We are seeing a real progression within our community, and it's amazing to see.
By the way, Beanibazar is a big deal. We know it's always the biggest show in town, if I may say so myself.
Yes.
Slightly biased,
No.
but it's always the biggest show in town. So, is the UBB Union Cup restricted to Beanibazar is only on Sunday?
On Sunday is
Not on the playing pitch. I'm talking in general.
No. Generally, I'm gonna personally myself. I'm gonna have a lot of guests from, Satoh, Bishnat, because we played together for many years.
Yeah.
We've known each other as friends, and to be honest with you, they're gonna be there. So it's not just being there. We're gonna have people from a different place.
It's a competition for Bangladeshi community. It's not a competition for Beanibazaris. We may be on the pitch for Beanibazari, but the football competition itself is for Bangladeshis in terms of, and non-Bangladeshis, but mostly from all different upazilas.
That's right, yeah. Because even if you think we just had recently a Union Cup of Satoh, they invited us. We went there, so we're a very close friend. Even Bishnat, I know, Bishnat. Not for people from different they'll come because it's a football tournament, and it's because of our community. So it's not just restricted to them. It's open to everyone to come and enjoy.
Abu, just highlighting putting the spotlight on you now for this next part of it. And our guests, please feel free to jump in now. So it's taken Beanibazar 10 years to achieve the historic Greater Sylhet Upazila Cup win. For me, who had the honour of being a previous manager for the team, it was, number one, it's hard to describe the elation when you've actually won it as well. I wanted to get your take on it as someone who not only played and won it, you've featured in several sides over the years. So since you've become 35, you played in every single team. For Beanibazar in the Upazila Cup. But at a ripe old age, and I say that with full respect, with you've got much younger players in there as well, you not only ended up the tournament clutching the trophy, but you also won man of the tournament. So take your time on this. Please talk us through your emotions, highlights, lowlights of the day.
Now, Emdad, it's difficult to explain in terms of what happened this year. I wasn't even, when I spoke to the manager, Babs, I was in Egypt, and I said to him, look, you don't need to pick me. If you pick me, I'm here to come and support all the boys. That's one of the experienced players. So I didn't know I was going to play. But prior to that, as most of you guys know, I went on a strong fitness training. It was more for my health and everything else than, look after myself. Lost 11 kg over the 6 weeks period. And then I just felt so good during the tournament. I don't think I ever felt that over the last 10 years. Considering, once I retired from football, as a lot of viewers know, of over 250, 300 non-league games, there's a lot of games. I just didn't have love for the game. I used to just come for the banter.
Yes.
And you just let yourself go, and that's what I did. Over the last 10 years, I don't think I could, honestly, hands on heart, could say I was really fit to play any of those tournaments. And even when I played for you under, but that I was carrying extra 2-3 stones.
Yeah.
But my knowledge of the game is to get me through. But this year, losing that extra 11 kg made a massive difference. And the new boys came in, they were exceptional.
Yeah.
Previously we had a better squad for player, technically. But the players this year, the togetherness, the managers, Babs and Islam, they've done wonders, changing old guards, bringing 8 new players. It's not easy. But any young managers telling your older brothers you're not going to make the squad or you're not in the squad. So, and then a few of the old heads stayed in the squad, myself, Wahid Bai, Sham, people like that. We had to show the youngsters, lead by example.
Yes. And
I think hands on heart, I could say all 3 of us did Beanibazar proud in terms of leading from the front. But the youngsters, they were superb, from Mash all the way to some of the new guys. They were excellent to get us over the line.
What about your thoughts?
Well, to be honest with you, every year I get heartbroken, innit? I go there first thing in the morning, come last thing, head down. But to be honest with you, I don't know, this year I had a feeling. I usually take 1 flask. This year I took 2 flasks of tea. Okay. 2 flasks I took, and I thought, no, I'm going to stay there.
I'm going to stay there till the end.
So the games, as a team, they gelled slowly. So the games, the more their games played, they gelled together, to be honest with you, and they play some really good football. And what actually, we had one superstar, is he the man of the tournament, if you ask me, Barry. He came in and he sparked sparked the pitch, to be honest with you. He came and he played like if nobody was there, opposition. He gave us that extra kick, that put us push-ups through that line, to be fair.
And everything fell into place.
That's right.
To be honest, and that's important to mention, considering 48 hours, Barry wasn't even in the squad for injuries and everything. Yes. For him to come into the squad at the last minute, you need all those lucks.
Yeah.
In football, it's a very fine margin of winning and losing. In the past, we lost on the semi-final in the penalty shootouts. Yeah. We saved the last penalty, it's gone in, it's that kind of things. This year, everything fell into place because no one wanted us to expect us to get to the final.
Nobody.
Yeah. And the best thing, we played really well in the semis. Quarters were just straightforward 3-0. Semis, we played really well. Final, we played really well, considering Bishnat's been dominating over the last 4 years.
The game to Bishnat.
Exactly.
See, people think the fact that it went to penalties, obviously a lot of people, the majority of people didn't watch the game. So the people seem to think that Beanibazar must have been under the course. So they congratulated Beanibazar, thinking, well done for holding out. And then take it. What they don't realize, it was actually the opposite. We could have nicked it on the pitch.
Correct.
Because we were, it was wave after wave. And it was very structured. So it wasn't gung-ho traffic at them. It was very, very structured. But we were constantly going at Bishnat, which was, because Bishnat have been blowing away teams. They're the greatest team in Opposite Cup history. We have to acknowledge that. They are the greatest team in the world. Nobody expected that to happen. And the people were just thoroughly impressed with the measured way in which Beanibazar are constantly taking the game to them. We could have actually nicked it on there, and then obviously...
On a personal level, it's probably the first time I felt like there was not a single player who's going to stop me. Yeah. Either that's physically or technically, once the ball came up front, we knew we've got a chance. And last time I felt like that, when I first came into BFA League at age of 16, 17, I thought, you know what, this is going to be easy for me. And that shows, if you get yourself fit, even as a vet, and you've got a little bit of quality about you, you could get yourself through games. And
so I wanted you to finish this segment off by exactly what you just said now as well, because I was just coming up to that. Helal will probably be able to comment. Shouaib will probably have a, but you yourself, you put yourself on a regime. You lost a lot of weight. You and I were discussing it because I was taking tips of you, because it's something I always hammer home. Helal knows I've been managing him for 9 months. And that it always about lifestyle choices as well. But one of the things that you mentioned, not only were you feeling physically great because of the weight that you lost, but mental clarity as well, which we know is a fantastic combination when it comes to any kind of sport, football or otherwise. The fact that you lost weight, you're not in peak, you're getting there. You're in great physical shape. You haven't been like that for a number of years, but also the fact that there's a lot of mental clarity as a result of your lifestyle changes.
100% on the bay, and it also helps with your health as well and well-being. But in terms of when you get yourself fit, you don't think about the game itself. The game comes naturally because you played the game. Anyone that played any sports, either that's a racket sport or football, you don't lose that. It's always in the back of your head. But when you're unfit, it's very difficult for you to carry yourself. You've got to think, can I make that run? Can I go 5 yards? Can I go 10 yards? So are you going to think about that run, or are you going to think about the controlling the ball? But when you're fit, you don't think about this 5 yards. No, I'm going to be able to get there. I'm going to get myself in front of Helal Bay. He's not going to be able to reach that ball. And then you let your skills take over because mentally you're stronger.
Right, we're coming up to the final segment now as well. Now this is crunch time now, where every guest will be asked to commit themselves. You can't sit on the fence at all. So your thoughts for the final day, and who do you think will win it?
I think...
Take your time.
No, there's so many teams who've put their name in the hat to be champions this year. A lot of teams have gone out the way, training really hard. Like you were just briefly mentioned about regimes, going on training regimes, eating regimes. So it should be an amazing day. Tilpara are the reigning champions. They want to hold on to the trophy, but I know a number of teams are vying to put their hands on that cup. From a personal point of view, because I'm from Beanibazar, I've been watching you manage the team. I've been attending the training sessions. I'm going to say our boys have the edge, and I'd like to think we will be the ones that will be lifting up the trophy come Sunday the 21st.
Please pause whilst I reflect in a moment of prayer. Allahumma amin. Rahman, carry on, please.
Yes. Well, to be honest with you, we cannot discount Beanibazar or Tilpara at all. Two of the very dominant, tough teams. But to be honest with you, also, I wouldn't want you to underestimate Mathura either, because we got quite a good quality of players as well. So we will give everyone a tough time. And obviously, those boys will be there to pick up that trophy. So you got yourself a battle on your hands, inshallah.
And I would say Mathura for me. I could name you the starting 8 right now with Wahid, Wadood, and Sham, Mufi, Mash. Mufi plays for you, doesn't he? Mash, Barry. I could name you the starting 8 players into this. Mathura is always going to be up there, one of the finalists. But in terms of Beanibazar, with the training Emdad you're doing with the young squad, and they do have lots of quality with the youngsters. Most of them are from Enfield, as you know. So I'm very familiar with all those players. So good luck to them. I think that's their first tournament with all the boys together. So that'll be interesting to see how they do. But it's going to come down to the experience between the two teams, between Mathura and Tilpara. It will come down to that.
And again, my thoughts going in for Sunday, I think I agree with Abu here. I think ultimately it will come down to know-how and experience. If we look at Tilpara and Mathura, proven winners, have won tournaments, games at all levels, going back decades. Also, the key thing which I'm trying to hammer through to, I've got a young team, is please do not underestimate these vets. They've got 20 to 30 years on you guys. Secondly, physically, they might not be able to match you in terms of pace and sometimes even power, but their know-how is there. They know when to give you a little dig. They know when the referee is looking the other way. They've got eyes in the back of their heads. They know exactly what to do. They also know how to stifle and strangle the opposition in games. So remember this. There is no vet, self-respecting vet, who will go onto a pitch and fear these racehorses. But what they will do is they are very, very scheming people. They will have their own plots and plans, and they will say, right, what can we do to strangle them? What can we do to frustrate them? What can we do to commit them to do something that they shouldn't do to give me the added advantage? And this is the beauty of football. So you will have certain chess games taking place where you'll have teams who will be going all out simply because they've got the exuberance of youth on their side. Whereas you'll get the vets saying, thinking, over my dead body. I might not be able to beat you over 20 yards, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to double up. I'm going to give you a little dig. I'm going to do a little sly, nasty move when the referee's not looking. This is anything, you know, anything. Anything from within it. Yeah. We know there are vets out there, even within my team. We've got super vets from within, even in my team. You know what? If you blow on them, that's it, they're down. If you look at them in the penalty area, they're going down. You know, we've got, so that's all going to be part of the fun and games on Sunday going forward as well. Right, we're going to finish off by getting your final thoughts before we wrap it up.
The event is fast approaching, Sunday the 21st of September. Kickoff will be at 12:30. We want everyone to bring along their families, relatives, neighbours, everyone to enjoy a fun-filled day and watch an amazing days of football.
It will be a great tournament, actually. And to be honest with you, we've been working tirelessly for a while, and I'm really, really looking forward to seeing the youngsters on the pitch. New talents coming through, and it'll be amazing. Whoever wins, to be honest with you, they will win it with satisfaction. So it'll be great.
Way of connecting to your roots and be part of your union. You know, this doesn't just represent people in UK. This also represents people back home. So you start getting phone calls from your uncles and people like that saying, like, how did it get on? You know, so remember that, guys. It's not just for UK. It's not just for London. It's for Bangladesh as well. So get going, come to the event, connect to your roots, and let's enjoy it.
Ladies and gentlemen, thanks for bearing with us. We've had a great discussion, and time flies, but as with all good things good, it must come to an end. Just a reminder to everybody, some of the key points that we touched on during the course of the show here as well. Please, fairness is essential. Every single person who attends on Sunday is an ambassador. Whichever union you're from, please take your responsibilities very, very seriously. Do not feel ineligible players. If you're thinking of doing so, please use this show and go back to your drawing board and revise them. Rather than that, you know what, you might as well field a weaker team, this, that, the other. But self-respect is very, very important. This is a heritage tournament. Last but not least, I just want to remind myself, as a coach and as a player, and as on behalf of our panel here as well, the most important thing to remember is this. This is a community event. Number two, it is a heritage event. And I always say this, if we know where we've come from, we know where we're headed. There are a lot of confused youngsters within society in general as well. But if they know what is their heritage, they can take pride in that. When they move forward in life, it will equip them to do the best going forward. My thanks and the thanks of the panel go out to United Beanibazar for organising a fantastic tournament, it will be a great day. Whatever the weather is, it will be a great day. We request you all to come and join us, enjoy the football, enjoy what's on offer. Bring plenty of money with you, cash or cards, to spend, because our contributions will be going towards charity. And as we discussed in the course of the show, they will be supporting kidney patients in Bangladesh. If you would like further information, do get in touch with either myself at the Sports Show or United Beanibazar directly. And last but not least, a huge thanks to you all who are watching. You are the powerhouses who drive us forward again and again and again. Thanks everyone for watching. This is Emdad, the Wandering Londoner, and it's goodbye from the Sports Show.